Okay. Alright, you guys got the MOTD?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So when you guys left off, you guys had were told by Fenris that the stone, hopefully the real one at least, is in an old tower on top of a bookshelf. You guys went there and decided to take the outside route and scale it instead of going inside. Akasha did, and looked over, saw it saw a stone, at least, sitting on top of a bookshelf, and then saw it essentially get up and start moving on its own. And then, I'm sorry, honey, what was that action that you had taken to see if it worked and ensnaring strike or something like that?
Yeah, I was gonna shoot him with my ensnaring strike.
Okay. Then, actually, I do have a map for you guys. I'm not sure if I shared that last time or not. I'll bring it up. And, honey, is ensnaring strike a magic attack, or is it just a tactic or an ability kind of thing?
Well, it's what is it? When I hit a creature, a writhing mass of thorny vines appear at the point of impact. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay, so that's not a magical effect, right, G? That would be like a trip kind of thing, almost. So not like magic related.
Let me look at it real quick. Actually, I don't think it is. But the concern is that specifically the build she's using is a magic version of a ranger. So let me check it real quick. Just 'cause stuff like Hunter's Mark and things like that are actual spell. Does Ensnaring Strike take a spell slot, Becky?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be concentration, but there's
Okay.
no button for it.
So that is magic then, right?
Probably. I'm checking it real quick.
Okay.
It is a conjuration spell, so it most likely is, but... Yep, it is. It's a magical effect, yes.
Okay. Then actually, honey, when you go to try to... You did do that, right? Or were you going to just thinking about doing it? You did attempt to do that, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I was
Thing
going
that you
to.
did.
So.
Okay. Yeah, so when you go to do that, you do the verbal, somatic, whatever else that it would have, and it seems like it should work, but absolutely nothing happens at all. So there is no effect at all when you try to do that.
Right.
And it doesn't even shoot out towards the thing; it just instantly fizzles, essentially. Nothing even goes out towards your whatever's probably moving the stone. So.
Right. Well, then I guess I'll just run and tackle him then.
Okay. So, all right, then you go and run after. So, the bookshelf. It looks like that's. I'm guessing supposed to be the bookshelf on the left, and the center staircase is where you would have came in if you would have actually walked up from the inside. Did you guys got the map there, right?
I don't. It's the.
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, I don't. Mine won't load for a bit yet. It seems.
Okay. Kasha's the only one on it right now, anyway. But can you see the map, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming to the left of you, on the other side of that spiral staircase in the center, it looks like, I'm guessing that would be the bookshelf. So it started to move from over there, and it is. Let's see. Going this way, let me put a little pointer. So right about like there or so, and then moving your direction, actually, is towards the other window. Because I'm going to say that there's another window up there. Those little slot-looking things, we'll just say are windows, because I don't know exactly where they would be on here. So the stone, when you tried to, was moving from over there, and it's moving your direction, but not directly at you, kind of north of you. So you're going to run and try to tackle the stone moving, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
25 feet. So.
All right. So probably what, an athletics check, G?
So what are you trying to do specifically? Trying to tackle it?
Just trying to, tackle whatever's moving potentially moving.
It'd be a grapple, which is a kind of an attack. So it'd be her attack versus their AC.
All right. So.
I think I have that right. Let me check real quick.
Let me find
I mean, it's definitely an attack action, but as far as how you roll it, it might just be a strength contest. But let me check.
Okay.
It is an athletics check contested by their athletics or dex, or well, their athletics or acrobatics to try to get out of it.
All right, babe. So roll an athletics for me, honey.
No.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see what they got. A natural 20. So as you go to try to, yeah, that was literally a natural 20. As you go to try to tackle whatever it is that is moving the stone, it just, you do feel something, felt like a humanoid shape, a small, didn't seem overly big, but a kind of slender, smaller humanoid shape, but it was just too quick and kind of wrestled and moved around you. You just didn't get a very good grip. So. And
We're Eldor and Ghost and I are all too far down to hear any kind of a scuffle, I assume, too, especially with the noise from the docks, probably.
this was second or third story, so you guys might be able to hear it depending on where you were. I'm not really sure how loud they're being. So, well, I mean, the thing moving the stone hasn't made any noise except for like a grunting kind of sound when Akasha tried to tackle it. So
Yeah, probably too quiet for us to hear anything. We just saw Akasha climb through the window and hasn't come back out yet, that's all.
okay, so now you actually see when you look over, babe. You actually do see. Let me get them here. You look over and see a dark-skinned elven, what looks like a female, smaller, kind of slender, one, and up in the window over there, and then she looks over at you. She has the stone in her hand, so you're assuming that's the one that you tried to tackle. And then
She's
a
not
second
invisible
later,
anymore?
no. And then a second later, another female-looking one, another dark-skinned elf pops up in front of her, and then a male dark-skinned elf pops up in front of her as well too. And then you hear the male say, "Run for it," and number one jumps out of the window over there onto a rooftop and is running away. So, well, down to the floor and then keeps running, and then you look over and you see her hop up on the rooftop and keep running away to the, I guess that would be the east, so out that tower.
Hang on, I still can't see the map, so is this, would Eldor and Ghost and I see this, or did this one jump out like a window on the opposite side or something that we can't see?
It jumped out the same side, the window, on the same side of the tower that Akasha climbed and went in. A different window, but on the same side of the tower. So if you guys were watching Akasha climb up the tower, if you could see her, then you'll be able to see that female drow that just jumped out the window with the stone.
So we're on that side, outside.
So if you were watching Akasha climb, then yes, you're seeing this.
Okay, and the one that we saw, did it look to be carrying this? I guess it obviously was carrying the stone previously, right? It was number one that had the stone?
Yeah, when Akasha looked over, because she, looked in the direction she heard the footsteps move, the first one that appeared had the stone in her hand. She jumped out the window. Two more appeared, blocking the window. Another male and, another female and a male. Drows. Well, you guys know what drows are, obviously, so.
All right, well, we better, obviously, just Eldor and I would, having seen this, would go after her, of course. Or I certainly would. I assume Eldor would as well.
Okay. So, when she jumps out, the other two look over at you, babe, but then they look out the window and see, the male jumps or looks over at the window to see how the one is doing that escape with the stone, hopefully, and looks and sees that she now has a giant cow and a guy with a spear and a really oversized catfish coming after her. So he actually jumps out the window as well. And then the female looks over at you, babe, and turns and starts and runs and goes out the window as well, too. So, chase time. Well, unless you guys just don't care.
What time?
Chase time.
Oh.
Unless you guys just don't care. So.
Oh, definitely going after her. At least the
they're
one.
definitely not out of your reach yet. Yeah.
And the one that we saw, did we see, was she visibly carrying the stone, or is she, pocketed it, or... from that distance, I don't know if we'd be able to see that she has it or not. I just want to know if we've been able to identify which one has the stone, or if any of them do.
You guys don't, because as she was getting ready to jump out the window, she threw it into her pocket. But Akasha did see that one with the stone, because she looked back at Akasha. That's the one she tried to tackle, and looked back at Akasha before she jumped out the window. So Akasha knows which one has the stone, but you guys don't. You just saw a Dro jump out the window, and then I'm sure you guys see a Dro jump out the window. So I'm assuming you're gonna notice that. And so yeah, Akasha does know, but you guys don't know which one does. So.
Okay. I don't have the map, and it doesn't seem like it's going to load this time, so do one of you mind throwing it in Discord for me?
This one we're actually going to be done with in just a second. We're going to be switching to a different one, so you just want that one instead, Holmes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Let me close this one, because it's just spamming me with errors anyway.
Okay.
When you've got some time, I need to get this working, because it's just getting worse and worse.
Is it something that do I need to clean up the cookies or whatever that shit is in here or something?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's not cookies, but yeah,
okay.
there's a thing you'll clean on your side. It's probably just too much. I'm thinking too much memory loaded. Plus, I have to run 2 copies of it on this side, and it's also affecting it on my side as well. So
I'll snip it really quick and send it to you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and new map incoming. And actually, one second, Sako. Okay. Oh, actually, okay, then you got it. I was going to say let me put the NPCs on there, but you got it, so I will add them on there now.
Well, I got the one labeled rooftop. I assume that's it. It's different than the old tower map.
A new map just popped up. Do you need both maps or just this one map?
The old tower map you guys don't need anymore, just the rooftop map.
Okay, I'll send the rooftop now.
Did we take... Okay, I forget. Did we take a rest or anything?
I don't think you guys were too beat up, were you?
No, we
you guys
weren't
met
beat up.
your actual defeater.
Yeah, but what did we do? Did we have some kind of a fight before that? Because I used combat superior. Oh, it was at the jailhouse. Yeah, I used a superiority, and I just wanted to make sure if we did not rest since then. So I definitely still have those used up.
This map is huge. You want in a couple snips or just one?
I have the rooftop one. I have that one loaded. Oh. It was just the old tower one. I don't need any now. This one actually loaded up. It was just the old tower that we don't need anymore. Thanks, Nosako.
Alright. And not too far away from you guys, but on the next building over, you guys see your new friends. Let me drop them on here.
Eldor and I were on the ground at the base of the tower, so, I mean, athletics checks or something to climb up onto this roof to chase after her.
Yeah, that'd be fair. And we'll say that it's not super duper hard, just probably boxes and stuff, but yeah, just say that's the closest roof, and they were able to get to it from the tower, I guess you could say, And then the Dros are just a bit ahead of you guys, so they jumped to that next roof over there, but you guys are on that one over there. Well, you and Soccer will be as long as you guys make it, so
okay.
I think that's good enough. Yeah, because again, it won't be super hard. I think a 13's good. And then Sako, athletics, whenever you're ready, sir.
Since he's also
right, athletics.
It's a little easier probably for him with some boxes.
Yeah, he probably won't even have as much trouble, so... Okay.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up right now. It's a bad roll.
Should have blessed yourself first.
Alright, then we will say that you're not too far away, Sako, and you can still see the action from the ground, so on your first turn if you want to, can you guys roll initiative too, please? Then on your first turn, you can try to get back up there, or you could even try the next roof or something if you wanted to. So, if you notice the direction that they're running in. So, all right.
Yeah, good roll
for them.
Oh, and Ghost is on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Want to roll for him, babe? See if you can hop up there. Go ahead, G.
No, I was fixing the background music. It keeps cutting out. Like the last 20 seconds or so of this clip is nothing there. This is actually from that modern Symphony of the Night that's really fucking good. I actually am almost 100%ing it.
Actually, I think I'm going to leave Ghost on the ground. Just in case they drop down.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Ghost speed is like 40 feet, 50 feet, something like that, right?
40, I think. Let me double check. No, 50. He's got a climb speed of 40.
Nice. Yeah, because a lot of the rooftop would, well, this is up to Ben and how the book says, but a lot of the rooftop might be hazardous terrain, which would, meaning we have to be careful not to slip off and everything. But half speed for us, which means Ghost could probably catch up to them on the ground pretty fast.
Yes, there are potential hazards for being on the rooftop. Maybe on the ground too, but there's not going to be nearly as many. But yeah, there will be potential hazards for the rooftop. And obviously, your intention is obviously to try to catch up with them and to grab the stone back from them. So we will be going in order, which it's actually Ghosty's turn first.
All right. Well, he's gonna stay right there.
Okay. Alright, and it is this one's turn. Number 2 over here, so she is... she sees her friend over there, and you hear her, well, you actually see her stick her hand out, and so let's see if they're actually good enough to pass it. She's going to try to pass it to her friend. One's going to try to move it to 2. There it is. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, not with that. So, all right. You see them. You see 2 stick her hand out, and 1 tries to go to pass it to her, but apparently it doesn't work too well, and it drops down, and 1 picks it back up. So 2 says, "All right, fuck that," and she is going to try to.
Eldor, well, at least I saw this then from this angle. I'm not sure if Eldor's actually up on the roof or where he's at, but
yeah. So I guess he'd be down there or so. But yes, you did see that because they are, 25, 30 feet ahead of you guys. So you did see them try to pass it to each other, and then you saw the stone drop, and then 1 picks it back up and puts it back in her pocket. So they were going to try to attempt to pass it off, but
It's a game of rugby here.
yep. So then number 2 is going to try to take a shot at you, G, since you're standing there, trying to slow you guys down. Let's see what she has. Oh, that's fun. She has a gun, so she's going to try to shoot you.
there's guns in the default setting.
Apparently, it is because she has a pistol in her actions. So
Probably the ones
Okay.
well, no, that was a homebrew thing that Mercer made. Anyway.
nope. But apparently, she is not a very good shot. So she goes to take a shot at you. So I'm guessing if they have guns, then you guys have possibly seen guns before, if they exist in this world. So
Well,
I'm
black
not really
powder
sure
exists,
if we're actually
and-
seeing those.
Yeah, pretty much as
Well,
soon as
you're-
Blackwell. Yeah, but black powder,
So-
could be blunderbuss is an arquebus. Arquebus. It's ARQUE bus. Anyways, those were like the first kind of styles of guns. There were a couple others, I'm sure, but basically cannons, of course, eventually evolved into handheld versions and so on. So
Okay. So that is it. And she took an action. So would trying to jump to another rooftop be another action, G?
yeah,
Or would she be able to do that with movement? Okay. Then what she is going to do is actually just stay there and see if she can try to keep you guys busy while the other one runs. It's your turn.
I am going to fling at 1. I'm gonna throw a where she's at. I can still see her, right? Because there's the rooftop, like the apex of the rooftop there is right before her. So I guess if the first one was able to hop up and try to shoot at me, then I could presumably hit 1, right? Like if I throw something at her.
Yeah, I don't think you would have too much of a distraction because they're a little bit on the slant of the roof, but they're not all the way on the edge of it. So, like their head, you could probably still see like her head and shoulders and stuff. So, because she's a drow, so she's not super tall, but you should still be able to get a shot.
Hang on. I don't know if... Let me double check on the movement thing. She might still be able to move. Because forcing a jump as your action, I think that would be potentially usable as part of your movement. Unless maybe if you fall or something. Let me see. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score with a move of at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half the distance. Either way, each foot you clear costs a foot of movement. It doesn't say anything about taking your action, so she could still try to jump to the other side, to the rooftop across.
Okay. Then,
Did one not try to run? Like, she tried to pass the stone, but she didn't try to run any further?
It was number 2's turn, so I rolled for number 2.
I see. I gotcha.
The sleight of hand thing for number 2, and she just rolled like fucking shit. But obviously, they would have had to interact with each other to do that. So that was number 2's turn that she was using. Number 1 hasn't had a turn yet. So
okay. Are we assuming that these rooftops are flat, or are they actually apex like this?
Actually, no. They're probably actually more flat anyway. I think that would make more sense, especially for like a. It's this is meant to be a rooftop chase kind of thing, so I think it would make more sense that they're flat. So
okay.
I don't think you have any visual impairment because they're roughly the same height, 2 stories, whatever the hell it is, 1 story. So
yeah, and then also she's not jumping to the higher part, then she's jumping to a flat roof. So
yeah, she's just gonna try to jump over there. So that's what, like a 10-foot. Yeah. So
that's a 5-foot jump that she needs to make, which would be that'd be 10 feet. So she'd basically, if she makes it, which I don't think you even need to make a roll for that unless the DC is super low.
Okay.
Height of the jump doesn't matter. You must succeed on a DC 10 Strength Athletics check to clear low obstacles, like a low, roof, the side of a roof or something. No taller than a quarter. Yeah, so basically, you automatically get it unless there's an obstacle, as long as it's within your movement speed, and you have 10 feet of movement for it. Which actually means she would have had to back up slightly and then run to the edge and jump over to make that. So she basically,
so I think
that'd be about as far as she could get, maybe a little bit further than where she is.
I'm thinking that's probably about a movement there. She's also kind of waiting to make sure she can help her friends over too. Well, especially the other female with the stone. So. Now that we're back on that's where she's at, and it's your turn, G. And there's, no obstruction. It's a flat roof, so.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to back up to give myself enough room to run to the edge and then jump over. And if there's no obstruction, then all right. So that would be the jumping. I mean, I can probably just barely make it. Let's see. She's 25 feet away, so I definitely wouldn't be able. It'd probably be like here. Is about as far as I could make it.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going to throw a dart at her and attempt to trip her with it.
All right. And then also after you're done with that, if you would roll a flat d20 for me, just in case there's any hazards.
Sure. 9. I can't imagine that hit. So.
No, that did miss.
And got a 6.
Okay. I think that'd be good enough. You didn't fail or anything. You didn't, kick anything and fall over or nothing. So, any bonuses or anything, G?
No, not really. Anything? Shit. Actually, yes. Well, I used my action already. I can. Never mind. That won't work. I can use a bonus action to make to lunge further with my spear, but since I already used my action, it wouldn't help. So that's it.
Okay. All right, Eldor. It is your turn, sir.
All right. Do we know who has the stone right now? Is it Dro 1, Dro 2, or male?
You're pretty tall. You probably would have been able to see since she was kind of over there. You saw one at least pull the stone out, and it fell on the ground. So you should be able to see that. We'll just say those are 1-story roofs. So you did see the one that Rav is close to. You believe has the stone. So.
Gotcha. So Drawer 1. All right, I'm gonna make a move to this little fountain thing right here.
Okay.
Just for a little bit of elevation, just so I can see the 3 of these guys. Better shot. And then now I'm within 10 feet of Drawer 1, who has the item.
Yeah, as far as you know. And as soon as you stand up on there, you can see another female on the roof over there, and then a male, which you couldn't see because of the angle, on the same roof as Drone over there, and you see Rav over there as well, too.
All right. I'm targeting all three, casting Bane on all three.
Okay.
Mark off my spell slot here. Hold on. All right, casting Bane.
And there's... Good for you, they all failed, so they all got hit.
All right, I'm going to cast the effect now.
Will you bump the volume on that down a little bit in Sirenscape, G?
Yeah.
Drop it like 30%.
Just the overall volume.
Yeah, in Sirenscape, bottom left corner.
There we go.
And then that'll count as my action, and I'm good to go.
Alright, cool. So you send that Bane out, and you notice that they all seem to be a little slightly clumsier now. So, alright, and up next is Akasha. Too bad.
Alright. So, I'm going to take off running this way, and when I jump over, I'm shooting number 1 as I land.
Excuse me. Okay. Misses.
Seriously?
16 misses.
Damn. Alright.
Yeah, these
well,
guys are pretty fast. So.
Have any bonus actions, so that's it for me.
Bump that down another probably 20-30%.
Yeah.
It might just be that specific effect is super loud.
Okay, so now it is number 1's turn, and narrowly avoided some attacks there, and she... That'd be fun. That's a good idea. That's cool. Okay, she is going to actually run and try to jump over this roof as well too. And let's see, I'll make a roll for her just in case she gets something catastrophic. She's going to fall on her face, but otherwise she made it, so... Yeah, good enough. Okay, so she hops over to that other roof, and she looks over and sees... Let's see. Alright, she looks over and sees, well, actually looks down and sees a ghost over there, and thinks that, yeah, no, actually, no, wait a minute, not ghost. She sees Eldora over there, and so what she's going to do is, since she noticed that he sent something out, and now she feels a little slower than usual, then she looks over at Eldor, and she points a finger at him, and can you give me a con saving throw, Sako? Gotta be a 12.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Alright, so she looks over at you, points a finger, and kind of gets this little smirk on her face, and you start lifting up, well, not off the ground because you're standing on that fountain, but you start lifting up off of that fountain, and you can't move yourself because you're kind of just like stuck in the air. You can't seem to get yourself down, and you are now 20 feet up above the air, and you are, as of right now, just floating there and can't seem to get down. She levitated you, so.
I'm also raising a finger in her direction.
She sees that since you're actually high enough, since you're almost eye level, I'm sure. Actually, you're probably a little bit higher than she is, actually. But yeah, she can see you, so she appreciates that and waves back at you. So, alright. It is Dude's turn, so he is going to try to get in the way here and see what he has.
Sorry for the click.
Actually, you know what? You see him, he looks at you guys and he starts to pull a scimitar, but then he puts it back down and turns around and pops over there with them too. Let's see if he makes it. Yep, good enough. So he hops over there too, and that is it for his turn.
You can take Sniffle off of the combat tracker. He's not here.
Oh yeah, because he's back at the...
Yeah, he's at the bar. I wouldn't risk my little buddy.
Bye, little dude. Standing guard. So, and... Alright, guess a new round. It's Ghosty's turn.
Alright. Let's see. 50. Alright, that's as far as he can get.
Alright, number 2's turn. What is 30 feet, okay. Yeah, she's gonna go this way. And let's see. Alright, and she keeps running. Can you... Actually, while you're up in the air too, Sako, so can all three of you guys give me a perception check, please? Alright, so, G, you notice that, and, yeah, okay, so you don't really notice, babe, because you're a little distracted by everything, but, Sako and, Jeremy, you guys noticed that they did try to do the little pass-off thing again, but it didn't work either, because apparently they can run fast, but their hands aren't very fast, so, as far as you guys know, number 1 still has the stone. Another failed attempt to pass it off. It's your turn,
Okay.
Holmes.
I'm gonna run and leap over the edge there as best I can, and in air try to make a jab at the female drow as number 1 here. I'm gonna try to trip her as well if I can make the attack. The thing is, the ledge there, like that's half of it. Can I be standing on the edge there?
Yeah, I think there'd be enough room. I mean, she's not super big anyway. There's a couple of... They're all drow, so they're not really all that big. So, yeah, you could probably make it there. I mean, you might not want to stay there. She might push you off, but...
Alright, then I'm running and leaping over the edge there, and then midair trying to jab at her.
Okay. Or would that just be a straight attack, right? Since you don't even
Yeah,
have
it's
to
just a
roll for
regular
the
attack.
jump, it would just be a straight attack. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So...
God damn it. Alright, then I'm gonna, missing obviously with that, just try to bring the butt end up and try to whack her with the butt end of it from a bonus action.
Okay.
There we go, 24. Does that hit?
That connects. Yes, it does.
Alright. DC 18 strength save. I can drop it on her, or you can roll it. You know how to roll saves directly for them, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead, because I see the list on there, but do I have to, like, hold down control or something to make it
Yeah,
a
I
save
think it's
instead of a
I think
check?
it's shift, actually. It would make it a save, but I just made her roll
Okay.
right there, so...
Failed.
Alright.
So, trip? That it is?
Yep.
Nice.
She's still
Okay.
full HPs, right?
Yes, none of them have been hurt yet.
I rolled 2 1s on the damage as well. So, fucking awful rolls, but at least she's knocked, tripped her to knock her down on the roof there.
Yep.
Alright, that's it for my turn.
Alright. And, yep, you knocked her over, and when you went to go whack her, you can tell, I mean, it hurt her, of course, but you can tell that these at least she seems like she's taken a few hits before. She's definitely seems fairly seasoned. She's not your, typical thief that's just hired off the street. Seems like so. All right. Well, she could take a hit
Do
at
they
least.
have do they have any identifying marks that we can see? Like, is it clear that they're do they have the Zenerin snake on them or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a perception check because you're standing right next to her and she's actually laying down. So it's a pretty good roll. Not from what you can see. You're pretty damn sure that you don't see anything, at least not outward, unless it's like under her armor or something like that. But from a good look at her laying right there, you get you don't see anything.
Okay.
Identifying as to who they might be or if they're working for anybody or whatever. So, Sako, it's your turn, sir.
All right. Am I still floating in the air?
Yes, you are. So actually, let me see what that is. How you get out of that, possibly.
In the meantime, I'm just bicycle kicking.
You're probably, I don't think you're
Just
restrained or
exercise.
anything, you're just up in the air, so you'd like, if you have something ranged
Yeah.
option, like a spell or something, you could probably hit him with it.
And do I have a clear shot of... Oh, you said the female Drow 1 is on the ground, right? Laying...
She's laying prone, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Because if I have a clear shot, I will take a shot at Drow 2 with the cross.
Okay, let me see. Alright, so what you could do is, if you want to get down, Sako, you can stay where you're at because she still has you up there. So if you want that elevation, you can. But otherwise, you can use your movement to basically swim down. So you're 20 feet up, so you can take 20 feet of your movement to connect with the ground again if you wanted to. But otherwise, you are levitating. You can't move, like, well, I guess you could say east or west or whatever. You can't, like, fly when you're up in the air. But if you do go back to the ground, you can connect to the ground again and stop levitating. Or if you want to, you can stay up there and take that shot if you want the advantage. So...
Yeah, I'll stay up. Essentially, it's kind of like a Willy Wonka soda thing right now.
Yeah.
I'll fire the crossbow at number 2.
Okay. And it misses.
And that applied the modifiers to with Bane, right?
Yeah. Should have, because they are baned.
Well, Bane
Yeah,
doesn't help you hit them, it helps them not hit you.
Yeah.
It makes them,
They
I think
do
it's
a lot.
saves and checks, saves and
Yeah,
attacks
saves and
that they make,
checks.
Yeah. But
Yes.
no, it doesn't adjust their AC.
Yeah.
Okay. Any bonuses, sir?
At this point, I'll use my movement to move back down. So I guess 20 feet back down to the ground.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I'm going to move 10 feet forward, just right about there, I think.
All right. Bib, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, seeing as she's now on the ground, I'm gonna shoot for this guy. And hopefully I can at least hit him. Maybe?
It actually does hit this time.
Yeah, alright, and since I still have Ensnaring Strike up, we're gonna try that.
And he does not succeed, so yeah, it actually worked. Yay.
Yay!
And this time it works like normal. It doesn't fizzle out like it when you were in that tower. So
Okay, so he's restrained. There's also that damage, and...
okay. All right, nice. Yeah, so you send that out, and what is it, babe? Like vines or something that wrap him?
Yeah, so wherever he gets hit, vines burst up out of the ground and wrap around him.
Okay. Yeah, so when you hit him there, then with that arrow, then you just notice some vines pop up out of the roof, and they're grabbing his legs, and he doesn't seem like he can, he's trying to struggle to get away from them, but he is currently incapacitated. So,
And I'm just gonna move up to, like, there.
okay. Alright, it's number 1's turn, so she is going to stand up. And... is just going to try to get up and run. She is going to use her action, though, to disengage. They can, NPCs can do that, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, I thought so. So again, and also you notice too, honey, when you hit him with the male drow with the arrow, that, I mean, obviously it hurt him, but they don't seem to, they seem like they're pretty tough. So again, she probably been in a fight or two before, so she is going to disengage and try to get away, but she only has half her movement left since she was on her ass, and so she has 15 left, and so she is there. Alright, it's Dude's turn. And what does he have to roll, a strength check or something, honey, to see if he can break out of your constraints?
I believe it's at the end of his turn, but let me double check.
Okay.
No, apparently he can spend an action to get out of it.
Okay. Then that's what he is going to do. He pulls out that scimitar that he started to pull out earlier, looking at you guys, and cuts the vines. And he is also going to just get a move on him.
Well, he has to make another strength check
Okay.
to see if he makes it.
Probably not. He got a 6 with his modifier. So.
Yep.
Okay. So then he doesn't spend his action to break himself free?
No,
So
that
it
is
is-
his
he's
action,
still
but his action is to get out.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he did not get out, so he is... Yeah, but that wouldn't work. She already did something else, so he is... Nothing left to do. And... Okay. Round 3. Ghost.
Okay, so how high are these roofs?
Yeah, they're just one-story roofs.
Okay.
So, 10.
Alright, so he's gonna try and make it up there, so athletics check.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good enough for 23. So, he made it.
10,
He jumps up and hangs on with his little claws and pulls himself up.
15, 20, 25. Alright, so he's gonna back up over here, and then he's gonna run and pounce on draw 1.
Okay.
Just be there. Alright. No.
Fails, so... Ghosty knocked her over.
So she's prone again. And then he's gonna take his bite.
Does not connect, though.
Alright, well he's just gonna stay next to her then.
Okay. Number 2's turn. So is he? They can actually fucking do it this time. Probably not. Alright. So 5 and 10. So you see number 2 run up to number 1 and then start running this way. Try to hop over this roof here. Make sure she doesn't fall. Okay. That was a terrible roll. Can you guys give me a perception check, please? Ghost. Actually, everybody besides Eldor, because you can't really see from where you're at, since you're back down on the ground, Sucko.
Stupid ground cow.
Okay, I missed that. I didn't realize he was back on the ground.
He brought himself back down.
Yeah, Willy Wonka swam back down to the ground.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard you say that too. I just didn't put it together for some reason.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's what it is. When she's trying to jump over, she is apparently doesn't do very good, and kind of trips and is hanging off the edge, and then drops herself down. So she doesn't really hurt herself, but because she catches herself, but she goes to fall down, and then you see Ghost. Honey Ghost looks over at you, and turns towards where she fell, and then turns back and looks at you. And that is it for her turn, so it's your turn, G.
Alright, so she's prone, right? She's still prone because Ghost knocked her down? Number 1?
Yeah. Number 1 is knocked over by Ghost.
2, when she fell, did she fall prone or just fell down and then, like, stood back up?
She fell down, and then she stood back up. Well, actually, no, because she would have been prone, and she didn't have enough movement to stand back up yet. So she fell over, and she's laying down, but you saw her hands grab first, so you're assuming she didn't hurt herself too bad, but she is on the ground.
Okay.
She caught herself on the the edge of the roof and then fell from there. But
I wouldn't necessarily be
sounded
able
like
to
she
see
fell.
it. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be able to see it. I just wanted to make sure that if she is prone, that you remember to apply the effect to her, or at least remember when she stands back up that it'll be half of her movement.
Yeah,
but
so 1
since,
is full.
Okay, since 1 is still prone, I'm going to have advantage on this. I'm going to try to grapple her, which will take my attack action to do it, but if I can successfully grapple her, then her speed will be 0. She won't be able to get away unless she can break the grapple.
Okay.
But she is... I know that she's slippery, obviously. I'll have a +2 then, because of Ghost right there?
Yeah, because that would, since it is an attack, even though it's a grapple, it's still an attack technically, right? So
yeah,
it
it's
fits
an
the rules.
attack action is all
Yeah.
it is. Okay.
Cool.
Alright, then I'm going to roll... Well, shit, it wouldn't be... I'm going to roll it as my martial strike, which is basically just my regular attack. It's not count. Obviously, it's not counting the +2 from my spear, because I'm not using my spear.
Okay. An AFK second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think I got her, guys. As soon as I'll tell Ben this too, as soon as he gets back, of course. But if I've got her grappled, if anybody can get to her fast enough, we can tie her up, and then she can't escape. But we have to get her speed to 0 first, which is what a grapple does. So basically, I'm just holding on to her so she can't run, and Ghost can't use ropes. So if one of you can get up here fast enough to tie her up before she can escape, then we can have her tied, and then we'll have to fight the others off, of course, just trying to defend it. But if we can keep her or keep her tied up, then she still has a stone. We can just take it off of her and run if we needed to.
Does she or does 2 have the stone now? Because
They
Ghost
kept,
looked down at the one that fell.
you know what? He did keep asking
Well-
us to roll perceptions, but he said twice that they tried to pass it off and failed twice. Did they succeed once and we didn't see it?
Here's the thing. I specifically went close to number 2, 10 feet, because now I'm within 30 feet of the item. I can now cast a level 2 spell, so I'll know exactly where it's at. So if there's some trickery, I can cast a spell and we can figure out where it's at.
Okay. Well, we can at least, if we can get to her fast enough anyways, or if Akasha can make it to her in time, or if Eldor, if you can climb, well, I guess probably locating it might be the way to go anyways. Either way, if we can get, I'll just shout out after grappling her that, we can tie her up.
Actually, I might just locate object now just so we know for a fact, because they're so split up that they couldn't be able to chuck that stone 40 feet, 50 feet, and we could just, triple team them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We've separated them enough, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, and
Got a 23.
that hit. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so she's grappled then, which means her speed is 0, she can't run. And then as soon as she's grappled, I shout out to Eldor and Akasha to tie her up while I'm holding on to her so she can't get away.
Alright. Then yep, you have her, she's on the ground, so you did that thing where you stand on her hands basically and drop down your knees on her chest, and she ain't moving, so she's stuck there for now. So, any
She was
bonuses for you?
incapacitated and restrained. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to go ahead and actually spear mark the male Dro, so that if he rushes at me, I'm going to... As soon as he gets within range, I'll immediately be able to stab him. So... that falls off
Okay.
if he doesn't come this round, but it's basically it'll take my reaction.
Alright.
And that's it.
Sako, it's your turn, Eldor.
Alright, am I able to get to the female drove where I'm at, distance-wise? It's 15 distance, but I know that there's height involved.
Yeah, if you went up and over, then the height would be, 10 feet up would be the same. If you climb 10 feet up, it'd be the same as walking 10 feet, Reggie.
Yeah, well, it'd be his climbing. As long as he makes the athletics to climb up, then he'd be fine. He'd be able to
Okay.
make it to the square north of me, basically.
Okay.
Okay, essentially what I'd like to do, let me know if this is a possibility, with an athletics check obviously, climb up the wall and essentially just sit on female Dro 1, just like pinned down with a big old cow. Not using any rope or an action, just literally physically just standing on this female Dro just to hold her down.
So you just take Rob's place, basically. That's what you mean. Hold her down.
Pretty much. Yeah, just hold her down, and then I'm gonna cast something after.
So
I think that would
as
be
your
fine,
movement
right?
is sit on her as a cow.
Pretty much just a movement with a big old cow sitting on a lady.
I'm picturing
just have to do
like
like
a
a-
Gary Larson cow, like a Far Side cow sitting.
Yeah, exactly. So, what would he? G just roll like an athletics or something, and to have like a very low DC, just to make sure he doesn't fucking tip over on his head or something.
For the
When he's
climb,
trying to
yeah. For the climb, especially
Cow
since he's 7
tipping,
feet
well
tall.
done.
Okay. So, and then, but sitting on her would be free since she's already pinned down anyway, right? That wouldn't even really be much of a roll for that, huh?
I mean that's a little bit sticky. Normally there would be like you would need some kind of an attack or something, but specifically because her speed is already 0, because I already have her restrained and incapacitated, then
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair.
All right,
Otherwise, like
then.
obviously if she still had a speed of any kind, even prone, she would definitely be able to get out of that. But since she's already essentially immobile, then I say that's fair that he can just sit on her.
Yeah, she's immobile, so essentially I'm just like standing over with my, leg on her shoulder or something, just more of a gesture, really.
Okay. Then
Got
just give me
400
an
pounds of cow
athletics.
to try to get off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just athletics, Sako, just to make sure that you make it up on the roof. It's not going to be hard again since you're so tall, but... Oh yeah, you're good. That's good enough. So you are...
I'll just
on
move
top.
there for now.
So... And what did you say you wanted to do something when you're there, right?
Yeah, now for my action, I'm going to use a level 2 spell, Locate Object. And since I was within 30 feet of the stone 2 turns ago, I'd like to locate the stone. Let me pull that up. Yeah, Locate Object spell.
Alright. So I don't think there's even any kind of roll or anything for that, right, G? Just what, since
Look at
he
the
is
spell.
unfamiliar
Yeah,
with
I don't think there. I
yeah.
don't think there is.
Yeah, it's just 10 minutes. I know 10 minutes where the object is, or if the object is moving, I can sense its direction. So either way, if they're carrying it or not, I know where they're at because they're split up right now.
Yeah. So you cast that, and then you get a sense that the stone is not right beneath you. That the stone is to your to your left, so to the west. 10 feet, 20 feet, whatever it is. So,
Gotcha. I'm gonna yell out to everybody that the stone is with Dro 2, and make sure everyone can hear me.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell back, "Who's Dro 2?" Like, did you know their names?
Well, the guy over there, and I'll point to the female Dro 2.
The one that fell off the roof. Yep. So all right. So you locate where the stone is. Notice it's over there, and tell everybody that it's on the other female. And any bonuses, sir?
No bonuses right now. I'm good.
All right, guys. Next up is Akasha. 2 bits.
Okay. So to jump across would be 20 feet, right? Because I have to be 10 feet back and then it's 10 feet to jump.
Yeah, because you have to have a 10-foot running start, and then it's a 10 foot across as you jump. So yeah,
It's 5 feet across.
you can basically you're right in front of homeboy, I think. Yeah.
It's 5 feet
it's
across,
just-
but that would take 10 feet of movement. So
Yeah.
Alright, so I can't actually see Drow 2 from here, can I?
No, because she's on her ass. So
Right. Well then I guess I will use my action to dash, because I can't really do much. So,
Okay.
Additional 10. And
yeah,
I'm
10 to get
gonna-
off the roof if you're gonna do that.
20. Nope, I'm actually going to jump across to this roof and like
Okay.
stand right there, right above her.
All right.
Legolas dancing across rooftops.
Okay, so would one do a strength check to see if she can get out from under Sako, the one that's
Yeah.
pinned?
But she's going to be like probably disadvantaged at least for being sitting on by Eldor.
Yeah, and she's little, so. I mean, she's still a medium creature technically, but not very big. So
Yeah, so it'll
This would be a check too, right? So that'd be a Bane hit too.
yeah, Bane will affect it, and it'll be a disadvantage strength check or athletics.
And a 300-pound cow on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bane was on there, very good. She got a 10, so.
Yeah, the DC would have been higher than that for sure. 10,
Yeah.
10 would be an average. 10 is considered easy as far as DC goes. 5 is trivial, 10 is easy, 15 is like difficult, 20 is hard, 25 is like extremely difficult, and then 30 is deadly. I'll give you that
Okay.
chart. It's actually on a DM screen, so you like it's a handy little thing to have up while you're running games.
Cool.
I think I gave it to you before, actually.
Yeah, you may have to remind me of where it is or whatever. So she tried. It doesn't seem to even really work at all. She just has a giant yak on top of her. So. Alright, and so since Guy is still stuck here, he is going to try to. You're ensnaring strike last until it's broken, right, babe? Or is it a time, or is it rounds, or?
It's a minute, I think. Let me double check.
Okay.
Yeah, concentration up to a minute, so, or until he breaks out of it. So once he breaks out of it, the vines will shrivel.
Okay, and what's the DC to break out of it, babes?
10, I think. That's not very high. Let me double check.
It's
He didn't
probably
roll
on
very good,
the-
so.
It's probably on the spell itself, if you hit the magnifying glass.
Oh, let's see.
It's probably your spell save DC.
Oh, DC 13.
Okay, sorry, I was a little laggy there. Did you say what the DC was, honey?
13.
13. Oh yeah, no, he didn't beat that, so he is still stuck. And he's mad.
Yeah, he's still taking damage, too.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Every
Yeah,
little bit. Yep, good.
Top of his
So yeah, he tried to break himself free, and again, was not successful. Now another round, it is Ghosty's turn again.
Alright, he is going to turn around and just jump straight off the roof, right on top of her, and take a bite.
Okay.
She's still prone too. Hang on, before you roll it. G didn't apply the prone effect to her.
Oh, yeah, hang on. I should have the advantage.
I find it pretty handy as long as you have room to do it to leave the effects window open during combat, G, so that you can just drag stuff over really quick. So
Okay.
If you have room for it on your screen.
And how would I add a prone?
Okay,
So
so
the plus,
the effects
the
window.
green plus in the corner?
No, the effects window. I mean, you can. It's a pain in the ass to do it that way, though. Grab the effects window, which is in the top right corner, where your small buttons are. It's a person's head with little stars around it. Click that one.
Alright.
And then that effects window there, you'll see a bunch of pre-made effects on the left side. Grab the one that says prone, just drag it over, drop them on the combat tracker, and then leave that effects window open if you have room for it.
Okay. There we go. Alright, so now go ahead and roll the attack bid.
Ooh,
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, so that hit for sure.
Okay, look at that. So, good thing she had the prone effect on her because the rolls were a 20 and a 1.
Oh, yeah. So,
Wow.
oh.
Nice little hit. Okay, nothing popped up on the table, so I don't think it had any kind of special effect on the crit table, but
That's fine. He's just gonna stand over and growl.
alright. And it is her turn, so she is going to stand back up. So she's not on the ground, and she is going to... That might be fun. Yes, actually. Well... Yeah. Alright. So, she actually sees that she is, well, she heard Akashi jumping up on the roof and seeing that she has a giant cat attacking her. She looks at the ground in front of where she is and where Ghost is there, and she actually starts chanting something, and now all of a sudden you can't really see because she cast darkness, so
Oh
can't
man.
see. And actually, I can just might even actually get Sokka when you make a sphere. Hang on.
I don't know. Did I give you the effects tokens? You can drop the circle on there.
I have the draw circle thing in here. Is that what it is?
No, go ahead. You can just draw the circle. That's fine. I actually have tokens for stuff like that though, for spell effects that you can drop on there. I'll package them up and send them over to you.
Okay.
Now, she probably can't see in her own magical darkness either, so keep that in mind. Unless
Yeah.
she has, special effect for that, she won't be able to see either.
Okay. So, she looks down because, well, the first thing she does is you see her stand up. She looks north to see, well, you're assuming now, to see if there's a path clear, and then she looks around and sees there's a little stone on the ground, a little pebble, and she sees it, and she, well, in front of her and cast this little magical darkness, and well, Sokko's halfway in and halfway not, so I don't know. He can't see to his left or whatever to the west and stuff.
Actually, the bubble is
it's
half of a box too large, so it would be just outside of him basically.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually tell, like if you moved the 15 to a corner in the grid, then it would be 3 squares to either side of it, and it's actually 3.5 is all.
Okay.
So if you just move that circle to the bottom right, for example, real quick, you can put it back afterwards. But if you move it to the bottom right, there, see how it's just over 3. If you bump that in, to where it's actually at 3, then Eldor's head would be just outside of the circle, basically, and then put it back where you need it to be.
Yeah, we'll just say she put it there, so that way it's actually a fair amount there. So it's just outside of because that does go up and around corners and stuff. Did we figure that out?
Yeah,
yesterday,
exactly.
on Saturday.
On Saturday when we were playing Embers, yeah.
Okay. So she does that, and so you just see all of a sudden, for some reason, Sokko, you look to your left and you can't see anything. Like it's all pitch black right there in the middle of the day, and you can't see Akasha on the roof over there anymore. And I actually could see Ghost and stuff anyway. So yeah, you can't see that. And then Babe, you and Ghost can't see anything all of a sudden. It's just really dark. So, and then you hear some footsteps.
But Ghost has awesome sense of smell, and he still gets an opportunity attack at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, he'd still get an opportunity attack with her with her leaving. It would be a disadvantage because he can't see her. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, then go ahead and roll, babe.
And her movement was 15 feet. So yeah, that's, hang on, that's as far as she
she
had to stand up.
She's right here. Yep, I forgot she was prone, so that's where she's at. Okay, and I didn't hit. So Ghosty tried, but she was a little too nimble. And that is it for her turn. And it is your turn, Holmes.
Okay, then I saw the bubble appear, I saw Ghost jump down and the bubble appear, and then I heard her running and already, could tell the direction she's going. So I'm going to 10, 15, 20. I can just barely make it to her, hopping down off the roof there. So I'm going to run to here. I'm debating whether I should try to grab onto her as well, or just jab her. I think I'm gonna try to trip her, I guess, and just go all out trying to beat her up. She's wounded already. Yeah, because she got bit, so she's definitely wounded already. Okay.
I think the male's the only one that's no. The male got hurt too from the ensnaring strike, so I think they've all been hurt now. So
16.
That misses.
All right, then I'll bonus action, flip it around to hit her with the butt end.
And
24.
that one hits.
All right. DC 18. There, I'll drop it on her.
Okay. And she failed.
All right. This bitch just gets tripped over and over and over again. Dog, stop. For 12. That's it for my turn.
Okay. Sokko.
All right. Same thing. I'm gonna take my foot off of Dro number 1 here, and I'm gonna run up and assist him, dropping to the ground. Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, I'm gonna go right here. Can I see female drone number 2 from this?
Yes, you can
Yeah,
see
she's
at
outside
least
the
part of her sticking out of the darkness, and she's on the ground.
Okay, since she's already fairly damaged, I'm gonna use Toll of the Dead for the extra hit.
Okay.
And casting. Seem to be hitting cast, but nothing's happening.
Is she targeted?
Yeah. There it goes. Oh, I did it too many times.
Okay.
Use the last one.
All right. Failure then. Yeah.
Alright, roll damage, and since she's already damaged, I use the second damage token, right?
One, yeah.
Cool. There you go. Nice. Yep. So nice little ding on her. Little necrotic damage. Cool. Yep. So that hits her. And any bonuses, sir?
Let me check really quick. Everybody looks pretty healthy right now, so I think I'm going to be fine for now.
Okay. Gosh, bit.
Alright. Well, knowing that Ghost is to the south, I will turn and head north, assuming that's the way she's going.
You would have heard her footsteps like directly in front of you going from left to right, so you would have been able to tell.
Yep, that's exactly what you're.
Stand over here on the edge of the roof, and I'm gonna hold my action until she stands up.
Okay.
You have to declare, you don't have to say it to us
Oh.
necessarily, but you do have to declare what it is you're trying to do when she stands up.
Oh, I'm just shooting her with my bow, using the ensnaring strike since it's still up.
Okay. You can ensnare others while you have it up? It's not just the first target?
It says the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends.
Well, that would have been the first cast of it, though. The first time you shot the male is what it would have been. Basically, the way that that's worded, I'm reading it right now. The way it's worded, it would be the next time after you cast it, which was the shot that you made at the male.
Okay.
So, you could recast it, but you would be dropping the concentration on the first guy.
Alright. I'm still
Does
gonna
that make
hold
sense?
my... Yeah, okay. I'm still gonna shoot her. If
So
she
just
gets
a
up.
regular bow shot if she stands up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys enter the bow? The charges and everything for the bow? Did you like that one, Becky?
No, I didn't add it yet. I don't believe.
I didn't even see the thing.
You didn't see it?
It was in Discord.
I thought I dropped it in there. Here, I'll copy it for you, Becky.
Yeah, you did somewhere.
I still gotta make one for Asako, and I just forgot. For upgrading his holy symbol. I'll do that today, Sako.
Alright.
Okay. For 1G, she's not prone by ghost anymore. You still have that effect on there, so that'll need to come off.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And then she's not being held down anymore, so she can get herself up. All right. So she stands up and sees everybody over here. So 5, 10. She is going to. Let's see. Alright, she is going to try to shoot Beldor over here. The giant cow man, since he's tall and he's probably easier to hit. So,
That's like a point-blank
she's-
shot in the back of his head, almost.
Yeah, and yeah, she has a thing to where being 5 feet away doesn't make disadvantage on ranged attacks. So
Oh, okay.
she's gonna try to a thing called gunslinger. So she's gonna try to.
Oh, okay. So they are guns. Yeah, that's what Mercer made. They must have brought it into the canon.
Okay. Yeah, it says being within melee range doesn't have disadvantage, and they also half and 3/4 cover don't mean anything. So.
Sharpshooter.
Oh yeah, yeah. So similar to that, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like it's just the NPC version of it.
Good thing you had the vein. So she goes, and you're not even that far away from her because you're so tall. She goes to try to shoot you and apparently fucking misses, and it kind of goes in between you and Ruff, smashing into the pavement there, breaking a little hole in the rocks. So, okay. It is Homeboy's turn, and so he's still stuck since it's 1 minute, so he's going to see this time. He has to beat a 13, you said, right, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy fucking sucks. Apparently he's not very strong. Yet again, tries to pull himself out and can't wiggle his way out. So, new round. Ghosty's turn.
Alrighty. She's still prone on the ground, right?
I tripped her, she hasn't
Yes.
stood up.
Yeah, she hasn't had her turn yet. The other one stood up, that's it. So she's still prone, yes. The one to the north, number 2, is still prone.
Alright, can he make it to the other side of her? Like if he goes in between the building and her?
He could probably just jump over, I'm guessing, since she's laying down. So,
That works. Alright.
another crit. He's doing good today.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Is darkness concentration based?
Should be.
Yeah, it should
If
be.
it is,
Huh?
she would have had to make at least 3 concentration checks so far to keep that darkness up. I mean, we're outside of it anyways, but there should be a concentration effect on her.
Yeah. Let me
that
see.
isn't on her right now. It might be. I mean, we can't see it anyways. Like the players don't see the concentration effect, but she would have had to make concentration checks to keep the darkness up. So 3 con saves or con checks.
Okay, so how would I actually cast the spell on her? Because I see it on her combat tracker thing here, but I just made a little bubble. So all I see a little info icon, but I don't see like the little magnifying glass and stuff on here. So
Oh, you don't see them there on the tracker. It's. I'll have to show you. Don't worry about it for now. It doesn't matter for right now. Just remind me. I'll put it on my notes to show you how to do it.
so have her roll what, a couple of con saves?
3,
See if
and
that-
it's base. She has
if
to
it-
beat either 10 or the damage, or 10 or half the damage. I think it is. Let me look. Normally the game does it for the fantasy cards does it for you, of course. But let me double check real quick. Con saving throw to maintain your concentration DC is 10 or half the damage, whichever number is higher. So for Ghost's attack was 12, which means half of that was 6, so she just has to beat a 10 for him. Eldor's was 2, so she has to beat a 10 for that. And mine was also 12, so she has to beat 3 10s. So 3 concentration saves, or 3 constitution saves, she needs to beat a 10 each time. Do you know how to roll those?
Yeah. There was, yeah, I rolled all 3 of them for, and two of them didn't even pass 10, so yeah, it fell.
Okay. Alright, then you can just delete the circle.
So,
I'll put it in my notes so to show you how to put the concentration effects on so that you don't have to manually do it. It'll just automatically roll.
okay. So yeah, so somewhere in there when she was getting whacked one of those times a second ago, you noticed that that odd darkness that you couldn't see through is now gone and you can see again in that area. So,
Alright.
alright. Anything else for Ghost, honey? Oh, his special effect, which I guess doesn't really make sense, is that instead of walking, he gets his movement speed is turning into flying speed. So now he's a bird cat, so he can fly for the duration of the battle. So.
When they don't work, G. Sorry, go ahead, Becky.
I would say he just can't make up his mind what he is.
He's got bee wings.
Yeah. What was that, G?
I'm starting. I think what I'm gonna do, at least for Embers, up to you if you want to use the same here, is if the critical effect is something that can't work, then just give inspiration. Now, obviously, that'd be inspiration for him, so maybe it's just reroll an attack if he misses, something like that,
Cool.
rather than special
Yeah.
inspiration effects. But that way, we get more uses of inspiration in the game as well.
There, Ghost has inspiration now. That's a good idea. That works. All right.
So her turn.
Yeah.
If she's standing up or whatever, just she'll have 2 opportunity attacks she has to run.
And I
You
get to
don't get
hit it.
jacked. Oh yeah.
Yep. So she stands up and she sees that she's surrounded, but she still doesn't seem like she's overly worried about trying to hurt anybody. She just wants to try to get her way out of there as quickly as she can. So she is going to.
You want to take the prone off so I can
Oh
hit her?
yeah.
I mean, your trigger was when she starts to stand up, right? Oh, you know what? Okay, I guess knowing that it would be an easier target, you probably would have planned for when she actually stood up completely, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's what you said, not when she moved, just when she stood up, right, babe?
Yeah, when she stands up, I was
She
shooting.
stands
That
up,
makes
so
sense,
go
yeah.
ahead and roll. Prone is
Well-
off, so go ahead and roll now.
There you go.
What? Okay, yeah. It hits, good thing. And yeah.
Really?
We
okay.
are rolling so shitty for damage.
Dude, earlier I was doing prep for this, and it was one of those things where it's like a random kind of thing. You roll on a table to see what happens, you know, kind of thing. And they were only d6s, not 20s, but I rolled 3 1s in a row. Got the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Literally 3 1s in a row. So. Alright, so she stands up and takes an arrow, but still wants to get the hell out of here, so she is going to. I mean, obviously she's going to get hit, but would she be able to sneak in there, like diagonally, to get past you two? Or is that still trying to move through a character G?
It's debatable. I'd say she probably could, especially because she's small and lithe, L-I-T-H-E, lithe.
Yeah.
So I would say she probably could, yeah.
Okay. And so, seeing that obviously you are more dangerous, she's going to use her action to disengage from you, because that way I can take all your fun away from you.
I think
And
if you
then-
disengage,
but-
it breaks all opportunity attacks for the turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think.
Well, then that's
Double
what
check.
she does, trying to get away. And then if it's only one person, she's going to do it against you, because obviously you're more dangerous than Ghost is, and she can tell. So, no offense, honey. Ghost is mean, but...
All right, come on. Of the two of us, a lion or just some dude? And she's like, yeah, I think I'll disengage from the dude, not the lion. Come on.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
lion's
I think
flying
disengage
around. He
is
doesn't know what he's
good.
doing. Okay.
That's true. He is unwieldy flying through the air. Yeah, for the rest of the turn, no opportunity attacks.
He's doing that weird fish face thing, trying to breathe the oxygen in the air, swimming around. Like the
I
air
thought
is
it was
water.
his armor that made him look like a fish.
It is. So that was 15, that was 20. Okay, and she is on the move. Alright, Holmes.
All right, we need to restrain them. We need to grapple them just like we did with the other one, but we need to actually tie them up and not let them get away, because now the others are going to keep coming after us until, you know, one or the male will eventually break it out. I'm gonna run after her and tackle her again and try to grapple her, I suppose. I was trying to do it with as much advantage as possible of having, you know, Ghost on one side and so on, but we can't risk her getting away. I don't have any way to give myself advantage or to use my determination and everything. I think I'm just going to have to hit her again and just keep trying to trip her, I suppose, until we can get her tripped and then everybody around her and tie her up. So
Okay.
I'm gonna run after her and just try to stab her. How is she looking as far as wounds?
Find out. She's taken a few, but she's not quite bloodied yet.
I forgot to add my Slayer on the last round, damn it. Alright. Okay, she's not quite bloodied yet.
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna try to stab her, just chasing after her.
Okay.
I'm gonna trip her as well, but
That
God
first
damn it.
one.
fucking, that's
Misses.
like 3 or 4 times we've gotten 16s.
The second hit seems to be okay, but that first one's just not working today.
Yeah, and there's a 25, of course.
And that one connects.
Alright, so DC, well, I'll roll it for her. Hang on.
And, nope, she's prone again. Knocked her over again. She's running. She's like the third or fourth
is
time.
not getting away.
She's worse than a toddler, man, up and down. So,
She should be taking bludgeoning damage from smacking her face against the pavement so often.
at least a broken nose by now. So, yep, she is prone. And
At least that's a better hit.
it's a nice little hit.
Yeah, because of Slayer and the trip, and both of those rolled well. Even though the actual martial strike, the butt end of the spear, did shit for damage. Alright, that's it for my
Yeah,
turn.
it was nice.
Just knocked her prone again.
Nice little hit. Alright, Eldor, it's your turn.
All right, I'm running 20 feet towards her. And since she's on the ground, I'm just gonna kind of pin her to the ground again, like I did the other person. And I'm gonna pull out the hempen rope that I have and attempt to pretty much just hog tie her arms and legs in the back.
So real quick, to do any kind of a tying or basically something of that sort, she has to be restrained. She has to be at 0 movement first. And right now she's just prone, so she's not at 0 movement.
Gotcha.
Yeah, try to restrain her first.
So you'd have to make a grapple check first, which is a athletics check.
Athletics check. Okay, let me take an athletics check here.
You'll have it at disadvantage because she is prone. Or sorry, you'll have it at advantage rather. So athletics check against her and with advantage.
Yeah.
So bottom left corner where your dice are, click the ADV button first, and then there you go.
Okay, let's see what she can do. Alright,
13.
you try. So with that one, she would roll a dex check too, or an athletics check too, right?
Yep, either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. So yeah, she did that too, and you almost got her, but she's just a little bit too sneaky. And again, your hands being so big and her arms and legs being so small, she was actually able to slip out, and so you didn't quite get her, but almost though. So she is not restrained. Any bonuses, sir?
I think I have a bless or something that's a bonus. Hold on a second. I think aid is a bonus, right? Let me double check.
It should have a B on it if it is. Anything that's a bonus action should have a B in parentheses.
Alright, I have nothing then. I am good for now. Let me see where everyone's health is at. Is any of our parties unhealthy? No, all of our parties good, right?
Yeah, I don't think any of us have even gotten hit so far. They've tried twice and failed so far.
Yeah, okay.
Trying to get away with the stone. We could probably just yank the stone off of her and get away with it if we can pull that off.
Yeah, I can't do any type of attack or anything while she's on the ground. I use my grapple this round, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Hang on, G.
Okay.
So I was next to him and holding, and just tripped her, which means he would have had a +1, not a +2. Would a 14 have beat the roll that she made for her acrobatics to slip out of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. But I'm glad you reminded me of that, though. Yeah, because you would have had the flanking thing.
Yeah.
So, cool. Alright. So no bonus to Sakura, I'm sorry, I was spacing off there.
Nope, good.
Okay. Akasha, it's your turn.
Alright, well, it looks like I'm jumping off the roof, but I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay.
Alright, so +2, and she's at advantage, an athletics roll with +2 and advantage. Are you trying to grapple her then?
Yeah.
Okay, then athletics check with +2 and advantage, so bottom left corner, click both of those.
I didn't know you could stack those, that's cool.
Yep. That's what I did the first time when we got the first one down. I had a ghost nearby, so I used that plus the advantage of her being prone.
Okay.
So, alright, now she has to make, there you go, your acrobatics roll.
It's no. Yeah. This, again, I think since you're a little bit closer to her size, honey, because you guys are about the same size, she's a little more slender and stuff than you, but you are able to get her held down. So, she is restrained. You got her wrists and she got her held down on the ground. So, well, she's already on the ground, but you have her pinned down, basically, I guess you could say. So.
Alright. And that's my turn.
Okay. Alright. So, number 1 comes...
Oh, I don't have a thing for restrained. Do you want me to use the one that it has for my ensnaring strike?
I just
it has
dropped
an
it.
effect button.
I just dropped it on her from the effects window. I'm going to show Ben how to do that later, just so they can keep track of those.
Okay. Alright, and you see the other female jump off the roof, and she comes up and she can make it just to the other side of the fountain over there. Yeah, parallel to where Rob is, and you see her actually stick her hand in her pocket, and then all of a sudden you hear a lot of water starting to move. And that is it for her turn. Alright, let's see if he can, Maildro can finally fucking get himself unstuck. Nope. So,
He's
because
getting
it's
eaten
still
alive
been
by
within a
vines
minute,
and
so
fucking thorns and shit right now.
this will probably end up fucking getting killed from this or something. So, yes, it hasn't been 10 rounds yet, so he is still stuck. Speaking of that, start a new round, so we are in round 6 now. Ghost.
Alright, well, seeing that we have her underhand, he's gonna go for her. Now, can he jump that fountain? Like where the water is?
Yeah,
He's got enough
well, if
movement,
anything, he can
run
just run
around
through it.
Well, he could run around
Or
it.
he can run
He's
around
got
it or
enough
run
movement.
through it if he wants a bath. So, yeah.
He probably still needs it after the sewer trip.
Well, he's a fish. He likes water.
Alright, well then he's gonna pounce since he's got enough movement to do that. Whoops. Pounce on her. Did she make it?
I am sorry. Nope, she is not. Bam. Failed. So, Ghosty got her knocked over.
He's got 3 natural 20s.
Jeez, he has.
Oh, another one. Awesome.
He just keeps rolling inspiration.
See, that was actually funny because that one doesn't make any sense either for him. It says, you may ask the DM to grant you a wish, but it's DM's discretion, so not too outrageous. So, does he want me to stop calling him a fish? Is that Ghosty's wish? Because he can have, you know, a wish, so maybe like a can of tuna or something.
No, he just wants like the biggest pile of food he can have. Just any
That's a
kind of-
lot of birdseed.
It is. That's at least an entire bag. Alright. So, yep, so another good hit. Ghosty's on fire today, apparently. It is number 2's turn. And she is on her ass again, so she is going to try to... no, wait a minute, she's restrained.
She's
Yeah,
grappled. So
okay.
Who does
it's,
number 2 work for?
That's such a good movie.
Alright, so let's see if she's strong enough to get
It
out.
has to succeed on a strength athletics check versus the check by Akasha.
Okay.
Akasha's the one grappling her.
I
Well,
knew it.
apparently this...
She'll have disadvantage on for being prone, and and Akasha will have a +2 because of the flanking.
Well, that disadvantage boned her. That disadvantage, excuse me, boned her because they're a good roll and then a crap roll. So if you can beat a 3, honey, she ain't going nowhere. So
Alright, and I got a
with your plus
2.
2, so I think you got it. Don't
Well,
roll. Well, actually,
yeah.
even if you roll a 1, you're even. So
There's
Well,
no
well,
there's no
way.
reason to even roll.
It's still
Yeah.
a 1.
Is she-
If he rolls a natural 1, it's still screwed.
Well, no, you got it.
Alright.
So little girl fight. You still got her pinned down. Little skinny girl
You
arms
guys,
versus
you guys
skinny girl
pulling hair
arms.
and slapping?
Yeah.
Stop, bitch!
So yes, she is still stuck.
Alright, I am going to... Here's the thing. We can... She's restrained. We can just take the stone out of her pocket and run, or tie her up, and then, you know, potentially have to continue dealing with these guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the stone out of her pocket, and then say, just tie her up, guys, so that she can't come after us, and then we'll deal with the others, so that we're at least, you know, trying to minimize the number of these that we have to deal with while they chase us. So I'm going to grab the stone while saying that.
I'm sorry. Did you want to tie her up instead? I can grab the stone and then turn invisible and run.
That's a good idea. Okay. Yeah, then I'll probably... I'm probably a little more dexterous, too, so I'll tie her up. That makes sense. Sleight of hand, probably, G?
That's what I was thinking, right? See if you can grab that stone. Sleight of hand.
Yeah. And advantage for her being prone, because it's an attack. This is my attack, basically.
Yeah. Okay. And you saw her put it in one of her pockets, so it didn't seem like it was too hard to reach. I think the 13 is good enough, especially since she's prone. You think so?
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be a 10. She's prone and grappled. She can't really move, so...
And it's not. She didn't
Restrained
put
and
it.
incapacitated. No,
Yeah,
this
she
is,
didn't
this is
put it
tying
in
her
the
up.
bag and tie it or anything. It's just in her pocket. So.
Yeah, I'm tying her up, though, and then Eldor's going to grab the stone. So I just tie her up, that's all. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to mark Dro number 1, so that if she comes near me, I'm going to jab her. Spear mark. And that's it for my turn.
Okay.
Alright, so 2 is now not just restrained and grappled, but is also tied up, like she can't get out, basically. I'll look up the rules for escaping being tied up, but she's probably screwed.
Yeah, not much she can do. So, and you grabbed the stone and passed it to Eldor, right?
No. I mean, you know,
you tied her up,
actually,
right?
you know what, I mean, it is kind of just an object interaction at that point. I suppose, that's probably fair. I would say that's probably fair, that tying her up was my action, but my use an item, my free action, essentially, to use an item, or interact, was to pull the stone out of her pocket and hand it to Eldor.
Cool. Then, Eldor, sir, you have the stone. The one that had it is tied up, and the other one is across the pond over there from you. So.
Alright, I will perform 3 actions. 1 movement, 1 action, and a bonus.
Alright.
You cut out there, Sako?
I'm sorry, I'm going to turn. I'm going to shoot him in the face, number 1. And let me chuck that real quick.
You rolled it twice.
Alright, I might just do it one more time and we'll count that one.
Well, yeah, probably. You're shooting over the cross. Okay, I see. It had disadvantage on 1. What was the disadvantage for?
Because she's prone.
1 is prone also? Oh, Ghost knocked her down. Okay. It would have been disadvantaged because, yeah, that makes sense. So
I'll just roll one more time or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're going to have disadvantage on it, plus her AC is really high, just because she's laying down. She's knocked down by a ghost.
I'm having problems clicking on this thing. Like, it'll work sometimes and it's not. Like, I'm clicking it over and over.
There you go. It rolled. But that would miss.
Alright, so what I'll do then is a bonus action. And I'm going to Hidden Step as my bonus action.
What's that do?
It turns me invisible for 1 turn. I just disappear. Damn. Looks like I did it twice there. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
And then now I'm going to run as far as I can.
You didn't even really use any movement, did you? So I think you
Not
got
yet
all
either,
yours.
yeah.
Yeah, I got everything. So I'm just going to run, what is that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-ish, about right there. Is that about right? 30?
I mean, if you're going that way, you're going to have two squares that are shorter movement. I mean, it would make it 20 feet, unless you ran north or west.
North or west? Okay, I'll probably run west then. Hold on a second. About right there, but I'm invisible until the end of next turn. Unless I attack someone, of course.
Sweet. Alright, then. Akasha, it's your turn.
Alright, well, since she's tied up. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, I'm going to try and grapple this one.
Let's tie all these bastards up.
Stay down.
Alright, so it's advantage for being prone, right?
It's advantage
Yeah,
for being
'cause that was-
prone because it's an attack. So anytime you're making a melee attack and they're prone, it's automatic advantage. And then Ghost is on the other side.
And Ghost
for
is
a
there
+2.
too. Yeah, so advantage +2.
Does 18 hit G?
She rolled a 1, so yeah. She's stuck.
Alright, that's my turn.
So also tied as well. Yeah, number 1 here is tied, so what? Maybe she'd like a really high DC dex check or something to see if she can start to
One-
untie herself.
No, 1 is the one that Akasha just grappled. So she's now
Oh, she's not
grappled.
tied yet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but she's trying to break out. She would basically repeat of what Akasha just did. Exact
Yeah.
same process. She's still knocked down with Akasha like knee in her back or something. So it's a repeat of what you just did.
Okay, now is she going to have disadvantage on trying to get up because she's prone on the throws?
No, she can't get up. She is grappled right now. So she has to break the grapple before she can do anything else. So for her to break the grapple, she has to make another acrobatics check. Akasha has to make another athletics check with +2 and advantage.
All right, babe. Beat a 17. That's what Dro one rolled.
Oh,
She's
man.
a tough little wiry girl.
Not to sound grim, but with them tied up and disabled, couldn't we just, slowly push a dagger between the base of the skull and the spine and end it?
Yeah, if their speed is 0 and they're incapacitated like that, it's an automatic critical. So I mean, we could kill them pretty quickly with them tied up if we needed to. But once we have the stone and get out of here, that's our only thing that we have to do. Not that I mind killing them as well, but
Oh, okay. Leaving witnesses, making them mad. They'll come back and get us.
I mean, that is totally up to you guys, but you guys did notice that they didn't seem too intent on trying to hurt you guys. They're just trying to get out of there as much as they possibly can. So, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want to, because like Sako said, no witnesses or whatever, but, they weren't, doesn't seem like they have anything personal against you guys, at least, so. And, no, you actually, she got a 17 and you got a 24, but so she's not going anywhere. Now let's see if I'm asking to break free from the vines. No, he can't. So he is.
It's only a 13 and he can't beat it.
He's been getting 9s and 10s. He got an 11. Yeah, so he's almost there, but not quite. So. Okay. Ghosty.
Sorry, I was muted for a second. I was checking on stick. Okay. So, she's down and restrained, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's restrained and
number one's tied
incapacitated.
now too.
No,
Or
not
is
tied
she-
yet. Number
okay.
1 is just restrained and incapacitated. She's grappled. Not
Yeah.
tied yet, though.
Two's tied.
Alright.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna stand there and hold a swipe at her in case she gets free.
Hold his action, you mean? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's holding a claw attack in case she gets free.
Alright.
2
Okay.
is tied up.
So, what would we do with that? Chance for her to try to get out of the ropes or what? Or is she just boned?
It would be a variable DC. Let me find the ruling on it here.
This whole time, I'm just running. So,
Well, I mean, you
if
can
we run
do
to
on your turn. You can do your movement, and then if you bonus action, you can move double your movement. So, or not bonus action rather, but if you dash as your action, that basically if you don't try to shoot something, you can run 60 feet while you're invisible. So you could get another 60 feet away while you're still invisible before turning back, and then hide behind a building or whatever.
Yeah.
in theory, if I just keep running off map, I mean, that's pretty much the quest right there, right? Just grab the rock and get out.
If they're not able to pursue, you almost certainly would be able to get away and then hide. You could disguise yourself as a human, so you're not an obvious cow running around.
Yeah.
Manacles. Well, this isn't manacles. This is a rope. So manacles would be a DC 20 strength check to break it, or DC 20 Dex to escape. But for a rope, it's probably only like 15, maybe 17-ish.
Okay.
So, and then obviously with me standing there, there's probably a little bit of imposition as well. But just go ahead and make the if she's Dex, then it'd be an acrobat. Sorry, Dex, not acrobatics, just Dex, not proficiency.
Probably not with that. Even with a good modifier, she only got an 8, so I don't think she's going anywhere this time.
Good. Okay.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna try to just spear it because she's face down. I tied her up face down. I'm gonna spear at the back of the neck. Just warn her to tell me who she's working for with an intimidation check.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation, please.
Any advantage for her being tied up and the rest of her party being clearly incapacitated as well, you think?
No, I don't think so, because again, these seem like fairly, at least fairly seasoned veterans when it comes to stuff like this. So
Okay.
she's probably not overly afraid. So
There you go.
okay, yeah, not quite. So probably would have to be a little bit better than that. You got that 9, so not quite. She says,
Okay.
I can't say that. No,
right,
I
then
can't
I'm
say
gonna-
that. I'm sure you've been there.
Then I'm gonna spin it around and crack her in the side of the head, like in the temple, with the butt end of the spear.
Okay. And it hits.
And Slayer. I'm not using a combat move, just Slayer. And that's it for my turn. Shit. I forgot the other one wasn't tied up. I'm gonna stay over her. I'm just gonna like stand on her, actually, like put on her back, actually, to keep her from being able to move, even if she breaks free of the ropes. And that's it for my turn.
Cool. Eldor, it's your turn, sir.
All right, I'm gonna move full 60.
That puts you
Alright.
well off map for sure, but you still actually had disguise
30
self listed
right
on yourself. You still had disguise self listed on yourself. Sako, I don't remember, were you disguised when we came to the tower, or was that just while we were in the prison?
I think it was when we
prison,
in the prison. Yeah.
Okay. But you could re-disguise yourself or whatever if you were going to. So 60 feet
That's
is
about
your...
30 right there. So 30 and 30,
Okay. So yeah, I
and
mean,
that's all the actions.
from where you're at. Yeah, any bonuses, Sako?
No bonus action. If I start pulling out my winter blanket, does that count as an action? Literally just pulling it out of my backpack and just kind of preparing it.
I think that would be a free action because you're not actually doing anything with it, right, Jay?
Yeah, it's just an interaction.
Yeah,
Alright.
so you can do that.
So running away, hiding in the corner of the building, just kind of like, wall right there so no one can see me. I'm gonna pull out my winter blanket and just kind of start opening it up.
Okay. All right, then you are way
That's
over
it.
there, and again, unless one of them gets up and makes a mad dash for it, then you're probably pretty safe with the stone. Well, for now at least.
So at this
Natasha,
point,
it's your turn.
at this point, no one can see me. I'm hidden behind a building, correct?
I don't think anybody has visual range of you, because you're down next to that building, so the male drow up there wouldn't be able to see you, and they're on everybody else's floor level, and there's buildings in front of you, so no, you can't be seen by any of your companions or your enemies here. So
All right.
Okay, can I tie her up while I'm restraining her?
yeah, that's what you guys did, right? So another sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand check.
Go ahead, Dave.
Which she's at 0, so there's no really opposition as long as basically the sleight of hand it's successful. It's a matter of how successful, which you would use to affect unless she rolls really low, but you would use it to affect how what the DC is for her to try to break free out of the ropes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a nice not your Girl Scouts training helped.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, babe. And that one, yep. So that was the one that was just tied. So
Just a dex check, not acrobatics, so it's not something she's
Yeah.
proficient at, unless they have some special rope escape proficiency, like a Houdini.
yeah, and rolled a natural 2, and so a 6 total. So that's not happening, especially with that really good tie job that Akash did. So one is still hog tied. Now he's got to. If he doesn't make it on this round, then it'll break free soon anyway. But let's see. Yay! He's freed, and he cheers. You actually see him put his hands up in the air and yells, "Yes!" And he still has his movement, right? Because
Yeah.
it was just his action to break it.
Does he? I mean, it's not at the end of his turn, right? He gets to do it at the as
No.
his action is to break free.
Yeah, it's just an action to try to get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he can make it to the edge of the roof, and now he looks over and sees all the action, and you hear a voice go, "Ah, shit." And okay, not sure why he wasn't in there, so he should have been, but dun 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 dun. again, you guys heard some water moving, and now you actually see why water was moving. Because at least Rav, you look ahead of you. Yeah, actually, Eldor can probably see it too from where he's at. Yep. So you can't see it, honey, but you hear a bunch of water moving, and then you look to your north, and Rav and Eldor looks over to his west and sees that a very, very large turtle has just surfaced out of the water in the dock area over there. And he is slowly moving this way. And he actually can't fit in there though, but you see him open his mouth slowly, and when he's moving, you hear, well, yeah, actually no, there would be stuff here, so it sounds like the sound of gears moving when it moves. And when it steps, it's metal hitting stone when it's walking, and very, loud steps. And you see it open its mouth, and it goes, okay, so not quite. He can't quite make it, but he opens his mouth, and you see him spit out a bunch of water, and the water is covered in steam. It gets all over the sidewalk there in front of you guys, but it can't quite reach you guys. So he was going to get you guys with some boiling water, but he couldn't quite make it. So now it's Ghosty's turn.
Well, he's definitely not going after the machine because he ain't gonna do no good.
So now we're dealing with 2 incapacitated dummies, 1 failure in life, and a Squirtle.
Yeah. And by the way, that thing is starting to push into the buildings, and so it's going to try to squeeze his way in there. He's just going to have to force himself. So he is in the process of doing so.
Great. 25, 30. Is that 10 feet in between there? It is. Sweet. So he's gonna pounce on this dude.
Okay. Failed. So he is, well, he wasn't knocked over before, but yeah, he's incapacitated again, so I'm sure he's happy.
Oh.
Ghosty knocked him over. Missed though, the bite.
Yeah. Alright. That's his turn.
Alright, and Dro 2 on the ground there. She looks up at you, G, and says, the only thing we were after was the stone. We really don't have any more business with you guys. And if you let us go, all we're going to do is run. And then if not, then that giant turtle over there is going to be here soon, so you guys might want to run too.
I'm not going to reply verbally. I mean, it's my turn, when it comes up maybe, but, she doesn't know where the stone is anyways. I don't really care to keep them. We can let them go. But I'm not really concerned with the turtle either. We can just leave them tied up and run.
Yeah, it's up to you guys, but that's what she was saying, is that she knows that you guys have the stone, and that's what they were after anyway, and obviously you guys bested them, so she's basically saying just let them go and they'll leave and not fuck with you guys anymore, because they only were trying to grab the stone anyway, so it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Did she stop struggling? She's not trying to get out of the rope?
Yeah, no, she's not, because she just looked up at you and said that, and because she's not trying to struggle to get out of the rope, so.
Okay. That it for her turn?
Oh, yes, sorry. And it's your turn,
Alright. Then I'm gonna look over at Akasha and just shrug. Looking for a response from Akasha. Like, I don't care, we can let them go, but I'm gonna, stand her up, leave her tied, leave both of them tied, as far as their hands tied, stand them up and just point them to the east and make them run that way.
You only have to outrun the slowest piece of food.
Well, I think they, one of them made a motion, I think it was Bro 1, made some kind of a motion, and then we started hearing the water stir. The turtle is working for them, is what it seems like. Like they were controlling that turtle somehow. That was the impression I got, because specifically, we heard the water stirring after Bro 1 did something. So
Yeah, that
like if
did
we just let them go, then we don't need to deal with any of them as long as they don't come after. You know, basically if we force them to run east, then we're fine. I'm gonna stand up with Akasha to respond at all. Then I just just kind of look over at you and shrug while I'm kind of getting ready to stand her up.
I just shake my head. That's fine.
All right, and I'm gonna stand up Dro 2, untie her ankles, tie the rope around her ankles, and then point her east and kind of push her to the east to run down that alleyway, and then let her go.
Okay.
She's still restrained, but no longer incapacitated. So I'll take it off of her.
Okay. So she can move her feet, just not her hands, basically.
Yep, and I stood her up, so she's not even like it's not costing her a movement to stand. She can move her full 30 feet to go when it's her turn.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and mark the turtle as well for my bonus action. I'm going to mark the turtle in case it does come in range.
Okay.
And that's it for my turn.
All right, and Sako, it's your turn, sir.
All right. These new turns of events, I'm gonna slightly hunker down behind the wall here, still hidden, and just in the meantime, take the blanket and just wrap it around me, just like a little homeless person sitting down in the side of this house, just trying to stay hidden away from everyone, and that's it.
Okay.
Are you disguised as a homeless person too, as a human or something?
I think I'm still in the same form that I was an hour ago.
If you stayed yourself,
Yeah,
if you kept yourself as the prison guard or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's still going, so I haven't changed it yet.
Okay.
All right. Yep, and you just look like a human sitting there wrapped up in a blanket, leaned up against the building. So.
Just trying
Anything
to be
else,
just trying to stay as far out of the way as possible, and I don't exist anymore. As far as I know, that stone is gone.
Okay. Yeah, when you look around, you saw a few people at first walking around, but then once that turtle popped out, they kind of dashed off. So there's not even anybody, any citizens or anything around you from what you can see. So as far as you know, you're pretty well hidden. Kasha?
Alright, I guess I will stand her up and do the same, running her in to the east.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna stand on this side of her. Oh, and then yell at Ghost to let him go.
Okay. I was going to ask if what you're going to do with Ghost, because as long as Ghost isn't hostile anymore, then we will just go out of initiative order and say that the male also stands up and that he hops down too, and that they just go running off to the east and they don't cause any trouble. And then the turtle steps back into the water where he was before and slowly sinks, and you don't see him anymore. So. Cool, guys. Well, it's about 3, so anything else?
They go running off.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, so they went off without a hitch, and the turtle went back in the water. Well, you couldn't really see it, but when the number 1 was walking away, you guys actually could see it because she wasn't too far away. She puts her hand back in her pocket, and then you see the turtle turn back around, take a few steps, and hops back in the water, and slowly sinks himself back down into the water. So.
Okay.
Not fucking anymore.
Yeah, then we probably, Eldor would know, of course, but we'll make our way back to the theater to just turn it over to Darlaxle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call it there.
Yeah, because I'm guessing you guys are just heading straight over to the theater, and Eldor's still looking like a person and has it in his pocket or whatever, so I don't think anybody's going to mess with you guys, so we'll just say that you guys headed back over to the theater to go talk to Darlaxle.
Sounds good.